Okay, welcome to race 2 of the 1980 Beamng Racing. We are here at the track of the USA. This is our racetrack. We will quickly have a look. So this is one of the biggest tracks that we have, and this is our starting grid. We've got McLaren number 4 starting off the front row. Fife Racing car in second place. BMW, and then we have first McLaren 55 and Porsche starting off the rear. These back three cars all having technical failures in qualifying. But this is the run down to turn 1. This track is super long. Under the bridge, round turn 2, turn 3, down the hill, turn 4. There will be another race here later on in the season. Possibly a street circuit. There's a city just over there and lots of other roads. This straight here is absolutely massive. Lots of teams have changed gear ratios for this track. But we're going straight through. We're not using the chicanes. Straight through, up the left, up the hill. And then down massive braking zone. Around the right, up the hill again. Still climbing. They're down through this little chicane here, under one more bridge, another chicane, and onto the final straight and back to the grid. That is our track. We don't have Adam here this time, but this is the pole sitting car and the race winner of last time. Then second we have Fife Racing, which has also got a new paint scheme this time. BMW having their best start, up in third. First, got nice numbers up on the back, little wings here, looks quite good. Fourth place we have the brand new McLaren number 55. McLaren have decided to go with 2 cars now for the rest of the season. And last place we have Porsche, after quite a good race in the first one. Now finds himself at the back of the grid. So a few things to watch out for in this race. The Fife Racing cars, we know, slow off the line, and the first car is fast. They line up right up behind each other, so there may be chaos at the start here. But I think it might be time to get underway. I think we're gonna start like this. Also, I found out which key is pause. If I press J, it pauses the game so I can remove cars if necessary. But here we go, we're going to do 5 laps. And we're all away. Oh, the first car, there's been a crash at the back here. Don't really know what happened, we'd have to look at the replay, but they appear to all be going. McLaren's cleaned up the first car again. The Porsche's going. Let's have a look back at the lead. Number 4 McLaren out in front with Fife Racing behind. We've got a car going the wrong way here. So BMW is out of this race. First is still getting pushed by the other McLaren. We'll resume the race. Hopefully these two sort themselves out. Otherwise, gonna have to be removed. But out in front is McLaren as comes around turn 4 now. Fife Racing sticking with it a little bit. Have to see how this goes. But no, this is it for first. He is out because he is blocking the track for the McLaren. I'm sorry, Phil. Coming around the final corner before the straight now. Goes the McLaren in second gear, really struggling to get up the power. Like I said, this is a long straight. And the Porsche is actually making up some good ground here on both of these cars. Yeah, the Porsche's going not too bad. So if we have a look from the overhead, should be able to see. There's race leader, second place Fife Racing, third place of the Porsche is probably catching all three or both of these cars in front, and the McLaren, the other McLaren, is absolutely miles behind. Again, Phil, I'm sorry for removing your car, but blocking the track, so that was that. I don't really know what happened at the start. I think from the start, the number 55 McLaren might have got in the back or in the side of the first car, who's then hit the BMW, causing both of them to go around. But look at this Porsche is right, it's getting very, very close to these two now. Definitely getting close to the Fife Racing car. That completes lap 1. I think we're only going to do 3 laps because it's just not worth doing 5 laps. So second last lap, Fife Racing car is dropping off the McLaren. The other McLaren. This is going to be an interesting race to watch here. Porsche is catching the Fife Racing car after starting last on the grid. Started 6th, got tangled in that early crash, but managed to get out of the way. Oh yeah, definitely catching. Oh, it's lost it a little bit out of the corner. And he's looped it. Fife Racing car's definitely got in the way now. So number 4 McLaren, miles out in front. Onto the back straight. The Porsche has lost all of that work catching up. Now finds itself miles behind. So we saw how close they were before. That's a gap from first to second. And the gap from second to third is, I think it just went past me. Yep, there's third. Fife Racing car is all the way up here. So now it's quite a ways. And then fourth place, it's just entering the straight now. With the number 4 McLaren. Can anyone stop the number 4 McLaren this year? But let's talk about the third race. So I put a photo of the track for the third race in the group chat. It's mostly dirt, the next track. We were going to run that race 7, but we're going to move forward to race 3 just because why not? So the next track is probably 70% dirt, 30% asphalt. You can choose whatever tyres you want. If you want to run normal asphalt, you can run normal asphalt. If you want to run dirt tyres, you can run dirt tyres. Starting the final lap is the McLaren. Number 4 McLaren. Number 5, Fife Racing. Hasn't been tangled with anything. Hasn't had too bad of a race. The Porsche is slowly catching up again. It's right on board. As I actually have some more camera angles now. Through the chicane, number 4 McLaren. Life racing car into the chicane. Nice and easy. Oh, the Porsche has lost it again. It's doing so well, but Porsche really need to fix the issue with the looseness of the car. That same corner has cost him getting the second place, but still looks like they'll probably get on the podium. Number 4 McLaren. Pleats the back straight. Around the corner at the top of the track. Fife Racing not far off it. So yeah, this race kind of turned out to be a little bit boring. It doesn't help that 2 cars were taken out on the opening lap, but it's the way it is. It's going to be the number 4 McLaren once again. He's going to take victory in the USA. Comes around the last corner. Down the main straight. And wins in the USA. Second place. Fife Racing Development. Solid race. Stays out of trouble. Definitely helped by the opening lap crash. Comes through in second. Third place. It's gonna be Porsche. Solid podium after spinning twice. Shouldn't really have gotten the podium, but good comeback after starting 6th. And 4th place, we're gonna have, if I could find it, 4th place goes to the other McLaren, number 55. It's first race, and it comes 4th. But today, once again, is all about the number 4 McLaren. Will the McLaren be able to do any good at the actual dirt track, or will someone else get a turn? We've had opening track tests, and lots of modifications need to be made to lots of cars. But yeah, I guess I will see you all again next week, and hopefully the dirt racing is a little bit better.